everybody, and welcome back to the Davis Zoo. Today we are going to learn about our beautiful sulcata tortoises. This is Betty. She is our biggest sulcata tortoise that we have right now. We got her when she was about 3, and that was 2 years ago, so she's now about 5. Look at how pretty she is. She's a little camera shy. This is her first video, so she's not quite sure what she thinks about it. So let's get into it. Let's talk about these guys. What do they eat? What are they like? What do they do? Well, Betty is our chillest. We only have 2, so I'm not saying that we have a whole zoo, but Betty is the chiller of the 2. She's a lot more outgoing and a little bit more like cuddly on that side of things. Squirt is a little bit more adventurous, and he's a little bit more, he just wants to get into everything, and he's kind of a teenager, like a troublesome teenager is what he's at right now. She's kind of like a very loving, sweet mom who's just like, okay, you can do whatever. We'll show you Squirt here in a second too. So these guys, they look adorable, right? And they even look more adorable when they're this size. This is Squirt, and he has about doubled in size since we got him. He's about a year old now. We got him when he was a hatchling. We're guessing about a month old. And we're guessing that he's a he just because of his behaviors and his shell and everything like that. We're guessing that she's a she because her shell has this little divot right here, which makes it easier for a male to mount. We're not 100% sure. This is just our theories. This is what we're going with. Let's see, what else do we talk about? We talk about their diet. So we currently feed these guys, the majority of their diet is Missouri tortoise diet. They need to eat mostly hays and grasses. They can have dandelions as often as you want as a treat and everything like that. And these guys love their dandelions. So we'll definitely have to make a video on that because they get really excited. It's really cute. And then they can occasionally have some leafy greens, and they can very rarely have some fruits. I totally forgot the word fruits, my bad. And so their favorites are raspberries and strawberries. They only have those about once a month though, because they're high in sugar, and that's not good for the guys, but they really like them as treats. So as you can see, these guys look very different, and their shells look very different. Their back shoots are different because Squirt has some pyramiding going on. As you notice, he has more of these like kind of little bumps, and Betty is very smooth. That can happen for a couple different reasons. Either he might have metabolic bone disorder, which we can't quite confirm quite yet because he's still a little bit too small. So we're definitely keeping an eye out for that. Also, UVB. UVB is really important. These guys are from the desert. They're desert animals, so they're supposed to be in the sun for the majority of the day. If they don't get that UVB right, they're not, the UVB light, they're not going to grow correctly. And also diet, if they don't have any calcium in their diet, and also, of course, husbandry. They just need good homes. And then this girl obviously has just been doing great. She does have, if you notice, she has some white spots right along the design here, along the cracks. That is normal. That is actually her growth spots. So she's going through a growth spurt right now, and she has grown a lot within like the past week. So that's how you know that they're growing, is the white spots. Now these guys, like I said, when we got him, he was about half the size. And of course, when you see him at half the size, you're like, oh, that's so cute. There's no way that's gonna get big. It's adorable. Not true. Not true at all. The females get 70 to 90 pounds, and they get 24 to 30 inches. And when I say that, we are measuring from here all the way to the booty here. So they're about 2 feet like wide and bigger than that. And then as for males, which we think this guy is, they get 80 to 150 pounds, and they can go anywhere from 24 inches to 36 inches, and it's not uncommon for them to get even bigger than that. And they can live 80 plus years, so they live a really, really long time. These guys are just awesome and fascinating and just amazing. I love watching them just walk around and eat new things. And then handleability. Oh yes, so they're very handleable. Obviously, they may not be the biggest fans of certain things that we do. Like he doesn't necessarily like being washed, but it has to be done because he gets poo-poo in his butt. Anyway, she can feel everything. So their shells are really interesting because their shells are actually exoskeletons. So it's not just like a turtle inside of something that's like not connected to their body. That's not what it is. That's what I always thought it was when I was a kid. But I have learned that this is actually their exoskeleton. So anything that I do to her, she can feel. She can feel every single thing. So when I do give them baths, I definitely wash them with a gentle scrub brush so that they can still get their scratches, but it doesn't hurt them. And I think that is all that we had for these guys. Let me... she is covered in dirt, yes, and she's very dirty, and they do get baths, like I said, about once a month. They like to dig, and that's what they have these claws for, is they dig the sand and or dirt that she's in right now, and they flip it on themselves, and they make a little burrow, and that's how they keep their temperature just the way that they want it. That's how they stay warm at night, but they also stay cool if the temperature is a little too hot. These scoots here, I don't think these are called scoots, I lied. Well, these things here help protect them, so when they go in like that, you can't really pull them out, and she can back up and she can get away from whatever's trying to get to her. These scoots are used for fighting with males when they're trying to mate, or if they're just very dominant, then they will go ahead and use these and just back up and ram against something. We assume that this dude is a man because he likes to back up and try and ram our feet every once in a while. So we're definitely working with him on being nicer to humans, because when he gets to be, I don't know, 150 pounds, we kind of don't want him to ram people. So it's all just a learning process. But yeah, these are our two babies. Again, this is Squirt and this is Betty, and they are sulcata tortoises. And our next video, we will be showing you, I believe, skinks. So stay tuned and we will show you all of our skinks.